Hi there, and welcome to week 4 of the Orkney Bowl. And we've got to see how many teams are still unbeaten and how many winless teams have actually managed to break their duck. And joining me today is Craig. How are you doing, Craig?
Good evening, Johnny. I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you. Yeah, well, apart from getting my arse tan, but we'll get to that one in a bit.
Well, indeed, yes. It's one of those ones. I think before we get going, what we have to first of all mention is, I have seen leagues won from 0-4 before. I've seen titles won from 0-4. It doesn't happen often. It's a long old road, but I've seen it happen. And I've seen 4-0 teams not make playoffs before. Again, doesn't happen
Yes.
often, but I've seen it happen. So, we're 4 weeks in, we're nearly a third of the way through the regular season, and it starts now. The 4-0s are nearly there, but the 0-4s aren't dead yet.
I know there's been a few 0-4s that have been pretty unlucky coming up against it, but we'll get to that as the time comes. But for the starting of the team, we'll do our trend one of the team of the week. So here we go.
Yep, and there we go. And the first noticeable here is the point score, 272.78. Not anywhere near 300 this week. The scoring calmed down a little bit.
Well, that's because Miami calmed down a bit.
Well, Miami calmed down a bit, yeah, but quite a lot's calmed down a bit there. So 272 points. Orkney local, Johnny.
Yeah, Craig Drever. He works at the Picky Centre. He used to work at the Picky Centre. So yeah,
There you go. So Orkney local getting team of the week, 272 points. He's Nico Collins. Nico Collins looks like he's going to be and more importantly, Stroud looks like he's going to be the real deal, doesn't he?
Yeah, and obviously Bobby Wagner going all out on my lovely Giants team last night was not a pretty sight, but that certainly helped boost the score. But
there was there was quite a few Seattle defenders scoring big points last night, Johnny, to be fair.
It was. Well, in fairness, Ken Jones didn't do very well, but come on, as soon as he got the ball, he was getting swamped because there was no bloody offensive line. So the interception for a touchdown is his fault, but
11 sacks, something like that?
11 sacks, and it could have been more. You know what I mean? He scrambled for a 1-yard gain while they're hanging onto his back. So it could have been a lot worse for sack-wise. But yeah, the offensive line was just, no wonder they looked pissed off.
Yeah, it was some scoring, and then he'll be happy. Mark Andrews has finally turned up for the season. That's Mark Andrews, more like Mark Andrews.
Oh, it was a beautiful touchdown he caught when he had to jump up over the defender to get it like in the corner. But
yeah, and Tyler Higby's been paid, so he'll be a happy man now. So it was a good week for Dreve, and it's looking good for him going forward. When you look at what he's got in his bench as well,
and his IR,
and cups. They're talking about cup playing this week.
Nah, I would. Yeah, it's a bit early for that, I think, but you never know.
But here we go again with the age-old issue. He's got Justin Fields sitting there on the bench. He's got Jordan Love sitting there on the bench, and he's got Tua starting. Can you really start one of those two over Tua? Probably not, but he should have done this week.
Well, maybe not this week when they're playing the Giants.
Yeah, well, fair enough, yeah.
Yeah, that could be another messy one.
Good scoring, good scoring.
Quality scoring. So, we'll get to the St Magnus division, my division.
Well, you want to talk us through it then, Johnny?
Not really, no.
To 168 points, what happened?
I think half my team are injured and some were halfway through the game.
Kirk Cousins didn't show up, didn't help. Aaron Jones didn't help.
No.
Antonio Brown done the business. Addison not touching the ball, woofed.
Elijah Moore, obviously.
20-yard run backwards.
Oh, that was, I probably shouldn't have touched any Cleveland Browns last week when you had Dorian Thompson.
Well,
playing.
It was such a late call, though, that it's, not enough time to get in there and change it. But Hill's not done you any favours, and your defence has done fine.
I know he even had a player not playing as well, and he still beat me. So that's how bad my team was this week. But
hopefully
Barkley will be back.
So off the mark. At least they're off the mark now on the way. But not playing a defender and still getting 207 points is good scoring.
I know you got
Mark Andrews bouncing back.
Cook finally got a rushing touchdown. He actually gave him one for goal line for a change.
Yes, he did.
The number one running back for the Ravens was on fire, scoring a couple of rushing touchdowns.
It was either Ayuk or McCaffrey, wasn't it? So it's but yeah, I mean, it's good. It's good, solid scoring from the whole team. You know, there's no one jumping out. Lamar turned up again, of course, and that Lamar and Andrews stack that might pay dividends as the season goes on. You know, so yeah, 1-3 for Laxdale Legends, but far from out of it. Anything over 200 points this week was a great score. You know, and anyone who's lost scoring over 200 points has got very unlucky.
Yeah, look at this one though. This is obviously he may have won, but you got to love that one. Worst manager
Baxter, yeah, because he's left too many. That's because he left.
You see his bench, so he left. He's got it here. He left. Where should he go?
Let's see what's he got.
Justin Fields, 40 points.
Yeah.
David Montgomery, 41 points.
27.5.
Montgomery. Michael Collins, 43 points.
Michael Collins, 43 points.
His bench would have beaten me this week.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Doug's bench should have beaten me this week, but he got another one. He's got another one on the mark. You know, that's him up to 2-2 now, and he's starting to. You boys better start getting your finger out and getting. I need
to get my bloody players on the field. It'd be my problem. But yeah, we've still got 2 unbeaten teams though. Stoke-on-Bengals have actually surpassed these Lassos by scoring more points.
They have, yes.
903 is pretty impressive, but.
Yeah, 903 points in 4 weeks. That's good going. And Leeds Lasso's over 900 as well, you know, so great scoring from them again. 191 points this week, and Stoke got 218. So yeah, 2 4-0 teams still marching on.
And I do feel sorry for Arthur. 900 points against. He has been pretty unlucky as Arthur. I know he's not got the highest scoring team, but he's got more than Hotshot. But he has come up against some pretty unlucky ones.
Yeah, he's come up against 900 points. That's harsh in anyone's book. So
keep out, Arthur. You will get better. You're not going to get them every week. So
listen, the own fours. Let's go and have a wee examination of it then. So again, he came into 224 points this week. You know, so that's tough to beat.
But he still's got
3-1.
Yeah, Josh Allen, James Conner will do better than that. Cook won't do much better, but.
He's got a problem. Parnham's a big problem. Having to play Parnham's got to be pushing it, you know. But yeah, he's got too many. He's got 3 defenders on the bench, so that's taking up all the space. And he's got Foreman, who's not playing. He's got Tony Jones, who's irrelevant now, and Tony on the bench. So yeah, he's got a bit of work to do to get off that 1-4, even with Allen sitting there, I would say.
Well, he's got 3 defenders and 3 quarterbacks, so it is not. Yeah, it's a bit of a tough one.
Yeah,
because he's got Bryce Young, which I probably could dump him, to be honest. Baker seems to be doing okay. He'll be a handy bye-week cover for Josh Allen, who did turn up finally and had a really good game. But yeah, it's just unlucky. It has come it was a close game against me. That game beat him, but.
Or you run with Baker and Bryce Young. Hope Bryce Young gets better. Run with Baker the now and put Allen up for a trade to try and get some capital in there to replace the problem areas. You know. Yeah,
but the Doug would probably go for him.
Yeah. Let's not go there, shall we not? Stoke on Bengals again, 218 points, and that was with Tua not doing too well. They're looking very strong, aren't they? Diggs, Hill, Komet turning up this week, and he could get better and better as the season goes on. You know, he's been talked about for a couple of years now, but tight ends do take time in the NFL. You know.
Yeah, but Cole Komet will have 2 or 3 good weeks, and then he'll disappear again.
He'll have a bad one, but it's getting the good weeks, you know, getting those good weeks in. He's got Jamal Williams coming back from suspension as well.
Yeah, he should be back a week or 2. He managed to pick up Boston, which is good. He had Marcus Brown on the bench, 21 points.
So yeah, Stoke on Bengals looking very strong, as are Leeds Lassos. Yeah, Richardson's back from the head knock, and
34 points, 35 points. Justin
Jefferson and St. Brown. And Jefferson, St. Brown, and Deebo Samuel. What a running back, what a wide receiver that is.
I know.
And that is, and then you've got Williams there, you know, so he's managed to get. Do you know? I think we'll see a lot of teams up the top who've got Williams, you know, because that's a late pick, or it's picked up from agency, and he's going to score a lot of points.
Kamara on the bench. That is mental stats, by the way. 13 of 14 for 33 yards. Yet you still score 16.3 points just for that alone. It's like, what the hell?
Crazy, isn't it? And then he's got Achan on the bench as well. So things are looking very good for Leeds Lasso's there as well.
How the hell did he get him? Yeah, that's
So Stoke on Bengals and Leeds Lasso's, they're the ones to watch out for here for sure. I think they're
oh great, I've got Leeds Lasso's this week.
And you're playing Leeds Lasso's this week, yeah. And Stoke on Bengals have got the Portsmouth Pirates 3-1, you know. So
that'll be a good one.
Yeah, they've got a T. Higgins problem, and they've got Walker on bye week. And of course, here we go, bye week start now, Johnny.
I know Doug's got a hot shot. It's the lowest scoring team in the league so far. So hopefully they'll find their team, but
yeah, so it's there's Portsmouth Pirates have got a little bit of work to do there on the old buys, and not a whole lot on the bench to fall back on.
Same with the Plymouth Argyle Browns. He's got quite a few Browns players, and they're in a bye this week, so it's a bit of a
he's in trouble there.
For him, so. But like I say, the bye weeks will spice it up.
Again, they will indeed, and this is when you start to find out the mistakes made in the draft through. On the benches, you know, see if you've got sitting there with 3 quarterbacks, they're wasting spaces now, you know, when you've got bye weeks coming in, you can only play one of them.
Yeah.
And you're going to find some tasty quarterbacks ending up in the agency very soon, I would imagine.
Well, I just let you know I am playing Jones this week against that Miami defense. Oh, no, that's a different one. Where am I playing Jones? I think it's in our home league, actually.
Yeah, is that the home league that I'm the only unbeaten team left? Is that the home league you're talking about?
Yeah, that's the home league where I needed 20 points off the Seattle defense and they got to 30.
30, I know. We'll talk about that on Thursday. But Plymouth Argyle Browns in a lot of trouble at 0-4 and a lot of Browns here to get out. And
can we just take the projected score for week 5 and just call it now, and I'll be happy with that.
Yeah,
because it's not going to stay like that, but I'll take that as a thing. But
I'm afraid it doesn't look like that.
I know it's a shame though. Jack's doing well, 3-1 as well. So
yeah, that's he's going well along there as well. But yeah, the two to watch could very much go. You know, they've both got chances to go 5-0 this week. Someone's going to need to beat them.
When did they play?
You're going to need to step up to the plate, Johnny.
Bloody Arthur's not got much. So you've got to say he's got a hard game this week. Then he plays Leeds Lasso the week after. I'm trying to figure out when Leeds Lasso and Stoke are playing each other.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there you go.
7.
Week 6. Is it week 7?
Week 7.
So can they go 6? Can they both be 6-0 in week 7? That would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Well, they've probably got a good chance because obviously Arthur's playing Leeds Lasso next week. As long as he beats me, and Stoke and Bengals are playing Lactio Legends, who are quite a high scoring team, so that could be a tough one.
Yeah,
but there is a possibility we could get 2 4-0 matchup for week 7. That'll be pretty awesome, like with the Brussels.
It's a long way to go before then, though. You know, there's a lot of games to go before then.
There's a lot of injuries before then too. No, the things have been going.
Exactly.
Anyway, so that was the St Magnus division. So next time we'll move on to the Yesneby division, and you'll know a bit more about that division.
Well, here we go. I mean, beat again. Oh my God, I'm beat again. And I ran into McCaffrey, right, fair enough. But I started off with Montgomery. I thought I was going to have a chance. I started off with Montgomery. But I've got T. Higgins, who's went out. I've got Luke Musgrave, who got a head knock after 1 reception for 1 yard. And I've got Matt Judon, who went out, who got injured. So, and I've got Barkley on the bench, who's injured. So yeah, it's not been. I've got Bossa on the bench, who's injured. So it's not been. What can you do, Johnny? You know.
I know. I wonder if Barkley will be back this week. Hopefully.
I hope so. I really, really hope so. I mean, Higgins might not even be out. He's saying it's depends.
Well, he's saying that, but then they reckon he'll be out for a couple of weeks.
So yeah, I got an absolute down. To be fair, I get beat by the top scoring team, not the top scoring team, but yeah, the Buccaneers fantasy man gave me a little bit of a spanking, and rightly so. You know, McCaffrey is just an absolute beast, isn't it? And what if he doesn't get injured, he's going to do this every week. You know, Jacobs finally showed up, and Diggs is Diggs. You know, so yeah, the three of them pretty much beat me alone.
And of course, the unbeaten teams before that, obviously, Graham lost to the Lee Vikings.
Yes.
So the only unbeaten team left.
So we only have one left. Rob Warner and the Godalming Goats.
And that wasn't a high-scoring game, and they were pretty close.
Yeah, it was very close. Just 9 points in it. Not a high-scoring game out there, but yeah, there's only 1-4-0 in the league, you know. So that's always a good thing as well. It means that it's more condensed and more of a, you know, if you can get on a wee roll.
I know.
You never know.
Looking at this team, though, again, even his bench didn't do that great. It's like his whole team had a bad week.
No,
he still won.
Right. He got it right, and if Bedford Brewskis could have just braved enough to put in Kemet over Friarmouth, it was game the other way, you know.
Yeah,
but it's not a mistake that, you know. How can you possibly know to put Kemet in there? And Friarmouth was a big target for Pickett. So,
but I think he's out for a couple of weeks now, so he's going to be playing Kemet next week. So hopefully he carries on where he left off.
And I tell you, Olave is going to have better weeks than that. I mean, if it's quite clear and obvious to everyone that was, you know, that Carr could not throw the ball down the field. What was he doing on the pitch?
I know, it's just they should not have played him, because Olave had a chance. I think it was just slightly too far ahead of him for a long touchdown.
But you know, he's got Collins there, he's got Williams there. So, you know, he's looking fit. I know it's 1-3 for the Bedford Brewskis, but looking okay. And Godalming Goats, well, 4-0, marching on, you know. Herbert's doing well, Pollard's doing well. You know, St. Brown and Allen, Sutton, Ingram's doing well.
There's 4 teams on 3-1 behind Godalming Goats. That's
yeah, I mean, they'll be queuing up. There'll be quite a lot on 3-1, you know, the Buccaneers, Aberdeen Bucks, and Anticoat Citizens.
And Sam had a close, it goes at 20 points.
And Graham, Glasgow Eagles there as well. But then, you know, then you've got your 3-2 and 1-1-1-3. So it's so close that, like, you know, you're looking at top 3. You're looking for the top 3, aren't you? That's the target, top 3 for Division 1. So everyone's still in it.
Definitely. So who's playing who next week then?
It's
well, so Darlington Rams will be up against the Ancoat Citizens. So Sam is trying to get off the board.
I'm playing the Lee Vikings, so that's it's very good for Lee Vikings because I have a lot of problems. I've got Musgrove, I've got Barclay, I've got Ford on bye, I've got Johnson on bye, I've got Bossa on bye, I've got Juden on injured reserve.
So is this what you were talking about when you said about the draft strategy and having all your players on bye at the same week?
Well, you know, it's I'm not that smart, you know, but
this will be a show me the money double if Lee Vikings beat yourself after beating Graham last week.
Do you know what my problem is here? I've got one space because obviously Judon I've stuck onto injured reserve and he's not coming back off it. But here's the problem that I've got. I've only got one space here. All my kickers on bye week as well. Fantastic. I need to go and pick it. I don't want to drop anyone.
Well, that is a problem. You know, you don't like.
I don't want to drop anyone. We should be able to put bye players on IR. That's what I think.
Oh, don't start that one, bloody hell, man. But yeah, and obviously, poor Graham's up against the Buccaneers next week, so that'll be a tough one for him. Especially, he must have a lot of players on a bye week because he's got a pretty low score there. Pickett's out.
Yeah, Pickett's gone. That's that they're in line. But surely Pickett. No, he's got Fields. He left Fields on the bench. That's how he lost. He left Fields on the bench.
Oh,
Graham, what are you doing for Pickett?
I know, Pickett.
No.
And that is it. Yeah. How many points? 40 points. You left Etienne in the bench as well.
No, that's how we lost. Well, he won't be making that mistake again. I'm sure Fields will be straight back in against Washington D. So,
well, he's going to have to be because Pickett's out for a few weeks. So.
Well, if he is,
But then Stroud was on the bench for Lee Viking.
He's got a Goddard problem there as well because he's just not performing at all.
Oh, but, I'll have to play him this week because obviously Frymouth will be out in our home league.
And he's going to have to go and pick up a defender from agency. So he's dropping someone to agency this week. And I'll tell you what, see, looking at his bench, I'll pick up any one of them. So I'll be keeping an eye.
Yeah, he'll be going. Depends when he drops. Some might drop them Sunday morning, so you can't get them till after agency.
Yeah, well, that could be an option. But look at all the tight ends he's got there.
He has got a bit of...
Hopefully drop one of them and I'm going to go and hoover it up. But he's running into the Buccaneers who've got McCaffrey, who've got Jacobs, who've got Diggs, who've got Watson back playing again, Connor. Yeah, I mean, he's running into a game there, so it's going to be a tough one for Graham, I've got to say. I fancy Buccaneers to win this division, I really do.
And who the good Almond Goats have got? They've got, they must have a lot of players out.
They've got another tough one, you know. So
who have they got out?
He's got Allen out, he's got Palmer out, he's got Herbert out. Who's his quarterback? So he's got to play Jones. So dear, that is the Miami defense at least.
That's against Miami defense. That'll be a bit of a shootout.
But he's got a couple of bench spots there, so he's going to be pulling in from agency for sure.
Most will have a better game.
Well. But he has got options there on the bench. You know, he's got Cooks to come in. He could bring in Spears because Spears is getting a few touches. Perrine's going to have a lot.
He's the number one now, yeah, because Williams is out.
If Williams is out, then that's good. Then he's got, you know,
Cooks. And he can space the big players up, so he could just try and grab a couple of players.
Aberdeen Bucks has already done the team, so they've got Hunt, Godwin, and Njoku out. Yeah, this could be a good game. This could be that's the game of the week for me.
Yeah, it's looking like it, yeah. Although I've not got to the other division, so probably 1 or 2 crackers, but that...
Yeah, game of the week in our division, I mean.
Yes, definitely. I don't know, what was the game of the division in our one? I can't remember.
Not me neither.
Not my one anyway, that's for sure.
Might be your one.
Oh, nah. Well, if I win it will be, but I can't see it. Let's see, week 5. Oh, Portsmouth Pirates against Stoke-on Bengals.
Oh, yeah.
3-1 and 4-0. I knew that's a good one.
Yeah.
So after our weekly losses, and hopefully we'll bounce back next week, but it's going to be tough. We'll go on to the Division 3, Queen Hill, and see how they got on there. So
here we have no 4-0s. The 4-0s, all the O's are gone. All the O's are gone. There's only 1 0-4. Edinburgh Thunderbirds down there 0-4. A tad unlucky, you know, they lost by 18 points this week. But the top game on my list anyway, 196 to 190. What a close one for the New Bardstone Mashers.
I do feel it's sorry for Pez here. It was a tough one. You finally got Henry turned up as well, but then Connor did bugger off.
Connor was they had to go to there straight away because they've been absolutely mauled. So I can understand Connor not doing anything there. But I mean,
you thought Debo wouldn't be playing, and he came on and didn't really play, so you didn't really need him.
I mean, he's got good defensive options there. Has Pez, you know, he's got Fitzpatrick there, 21 points, Crosby 24.5. You know, sitting on the bench, and he's, you know, the defenders that he played scored 6 and 22, so fine, you know, so good defence options there.
You wouldn't have thought that when Houston only conceded 6 points, that Petrie, one of the better defenders, would only score 6 points.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's lost
more than that.
He's pretty much lost to the defensive scoring this week, you know, because he's picked the wrong guy to play. But you know, that's where the score. That's where the differences have really lay. There in his kicker.
And Njoku, you left. You played Everett over Njoku.
The Godfather's no, you know, there's no outstanding scoring there. It's just consistent. Yeah, consistent, steady. You know, he's got a quarterback problem for sure. But if you look on the bench as well, he's got Kmet down there with 36 points, so points on. And Wandale Robinson's finally showing up, Johnny. What's going on there?
I know he had a decent game, for what there was. He could only get the quick passes because he had to get rid of the ball that bloody quick. But yeah, that's how they were doing him last year, but he was never fit enough to stay in the field long enough, so hopefully he does.
Yeah, no, I've picked him up in a couple of places. I quite like him. I think if he can stay fit, he'll do quite well. But yeah, so that was a very close, that was a tight one. And where were they? So who were the unbeaten teams that lost? Where's the 3-1?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
So 3-1 that lost. There was only one. There was only one.
The Bankfoot Panthers.
Roddy. It was the Bankfoot Panthers.
Oh, they got scalped.
They got a wee bit of a bloody nose this week. So yeah, I mean,
Alavi. Yeah.
Did Walker get a 77-yard touchdown called back for a penalty?
Yeah,
Early doors. That's a bit harsh, isn't it?
I'll tell him about it because I had 100 yards and a touchdown of scrimmage. And he ended up with a touchdown and 70-odd yards. But
yeah, 79. But yeah, 1695. Not what Walker was scoring, and he's got Ford there who was up against it, because obviously the quarterback situation. Alavi's quarterback was dead. Hopkins didn't quite perform the way he has been, So yeah,
Myers' quarterback was dead. O'Connell
wasn't his week, really, was it? He still needs to put Chubb. Oh, he's got Chubb off roster. Has he dropped Chubb?
Well, he's out for the year. You're keeping him.
Yeah. So he's got Higby there on the bench as well that scored points, But yeah, it just wasn't his week this week for Roddy, unfortunately. But Glossop fighting turned up. Herbert went well. Robinson went well. He's got Nakua. I mean, Nakua's going to be a thing, isn't he? He just keeps getting the touches. And Ayuk's back, and Ayuk's, flying as well at the 49ers. There's no getting away from it. He seems to be taking over from Debo as the number one.
That 43-yard catch he had was awesome.
Yeah, he did. He done really well. So Dicker the kicker. I've been waiting to say Dicker the kicker for ages. Dicker the kicker should do okay. Do you know he should get tackle points for bringing that boy down before he scored the touchdown.
Good point.
When he was returning the kickoff, I tell you. But he's got a Higgins problem as Glossop fighting, but sitting at 2-2 now, and he's brought back, so he's only one behind. He's got one right back in Roddy. Very well done.
He's got Dotson on the bench, and he's got Warren on the bench.
And very, very unfortunate for Seattle Patriots. 200 points and lost. It's the first 200 points and lost team that we've seen. And a special mention for Whitehall White Tigers as well at 198 and lost.
Yeah, that was a bit of a sore one.
Yeah,
they could come up against 2-3-5, but yeah.
And there you go, Fryermuth who went out. If he stays on the patch, if he doesn't go down, if he stays on the patch, then it's.
Martin won his first game as well. He was always somebody who never won a game, but now he's won. Glenroth with Ravens beating the Juicy Wren, Kirkwall Chargers.
So they did, yep. They beat the Kirkwall Chargers there. 217 points as well. A good haul.
So here we have 5 teams on 3-1, 3 teams on 2-2,
and
one team on 0-4.
Yeah, 0-4, the Edinburgh Thunderbirds. What to do? Let's have a wee look at the team. So Josh Allen, fine. Josh Jacobs is starting to turn up. Damien Pierce, I think, will have better weeks as well. Jalen Waddle. Smith and Jigba has been a bit of a disappointment. Dalton Kincaid. I mean, it's the defence. It's the defence. It's Micah Parsons and Nick Bossa. You think they're going to do better than that, but
Parsons a bit up injured, didn't he? He came back home, but he was still hobbling about.
It's absolutely not horrible, It depends what's in agency to be picked up. He's got 3 defenders there on the bench, so there's not much to play with elsewhere. But Gallup started doing had a much better game, So yeah, I mean it's 0-4, but there's a lot good in there, Won't be 0-4 for long, I can't imagine.
So who's week 5? Who's playing who?
So let's see. We got
Edinburgh Manchester Bees against the Press. Oh yeah, no, they must have players on by 142.
Edinburgh Thunderbirds are getting the new Bardston Mashers at 3-1 to try and get off the mark. So he's got Smith and Jigba. And Matt, he's kicker, so he's got to go and get a kicker from agency. but that's not a whole lot, so that's okay. That's not bad.
He does need better defenders, though. If he's going to stick with the defenders.
The Godfather's got to play Bryce Young. That's a bit harsh, but he's got
against Detroit. He'll get slaughtered.
Thompson's going to get dropped now. Surely there's better quarterbacks in the agency. I'd be having a wee nose about if I were him. Kelly, Lockett, Elijah Moore all on by. So one's guys that had to be replaced.
Well, he's got Joshua Dobbs. Howell's on the bet.
Howell's there, yeah. Howell's doing just fine.
Zach Wilson actually did not bad in the last game. Better when you touch a barstool.
Nope.
But yeah, probably Howell against Chicago.
Yeah,
or even Dobbs against Cincinnati.
Dobbs, that's the thing. People don't remember there will be options there.
Mm-hmm.
There will always be options in there. He's got Josh Taylor. He's got Taylor coming back. Jonathan Taylor coming back. Is he going to come back from this week? I don't think he's going to come back this week, is he?
Who's that?
Jonathan Taylor.
I wouldn't. Well, he's back practicing, but I don't know if he'll be playing.
Yeah, it's. He doesn't like the Colts, but he's going to have to at some point. Otherwise it just runs into next year. It's the same again next year. He's not got the option of just holding out for a year.
No,
the Colts next year.
So the tie of this one, you've got to think it's probably going to be the Bank Panthers against the Carlton Crew.
Oh, definitely, yeah. The 2-3.
Or the Glossop Fighting Gophers against the Seattle Patriots. That'll be a good one.
Yeah, well, that's 2-2-2. So they're fighting for the to get back in it. Yeah, no, Aaron, we've not done your league yet.
Seattle doing Aaron. You get a bit. Did you win this week? I'm guessing you probably did.
Yeah, he won this week. He's 3-1.
Just like the family one. Yeah. Well done, Aaron.
It's
we'll get to you soon enough, and I'm sure Craig will give you all the praise in the world.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, Bankfoot Panthers have had to take out Ford and Walker, so that's two running backs on bye weeks. But he's got Swift and Robinson to come in, so that's fine.
That's not a bad replacement, to be honest. But yeah,
he's having to play Pitts. I mean, Pitts is a problem for me. And Carlton Crew, well, they've got McCaffrey.
He's playing Gibbs, which he's got to get better eventually, man.
Gibbs will do fine. He'll come into it and he'll get his touches.
He's got my favourite tight end, even though he's a Dallas player. He's
got Addison on the bench. He's got Akers on the bench. Cook on the bench. He's got a lot of Minnesota. But yeah, I mean, he's got Hawkinson playing. He's got Ertz. But yeah, so. It's that'll be a good game. We'll see.
That'll be a good one. So we'll see what one of those two are the tie of the week. Hopefully, be nice and close. So obviously, we'll go on to Division 4 now. Mullhead, and here we are. Let's see.
I do believe there's a 4-0 in every other division now. I think that is the first division to lose all the O's.
I think it was, yeah. But there was a couple that did lose some 4-0s, I think.
Oh, yeah, a lot of 4-0s lost.
Leicester Tigers lost. They were 3-0 to the Harlow.
Dublin Everton Blues lost. They were 3-0. So we had two 3-0s lose in this division, and it leaves just one. So this was where we had 2 3-0s. 2
3-0s, yes.
Dublin Everton Blues and Orton
Warriors.
So wow.
Look at that though.
Warriors came out on top, 230 points to 170. So a 60-point gap,
look at it's got Allen, Henry, and Jacobs. That's got over 100 points between the three of them. So it's
welcome back, Henry, and he's got Komet in at tight end. A very nice time to play Cole Komet. It has to be said.
Definitely. But look at that.
He's left on the bench for it.
The bench is rubbish, but
Okinawa. So his defense didn't do magically well, but and his kicker done nothing. But when you've got 36.9 points from your tight end, you're off to a good start.
Yes. And obviously, Danny lost Watson before kickoff, so he sort of had to play. He went with Goff already, but just as well, it would have been worse.
Goff done okay, but Achan's going to take him places. He's just going to get better and better, I think, and Ford will have much better days. But yeah, Flowers, 10 points, okay, not great. Cooper was absolutely handcuffed. Too many Browns again, the Browns.
Yeah, but then that'll catch them out this week because obviously they're on a bye.
Well, they're on the bye week, so it'll be interesting to see that. But so what are Orkney Warriors 4-0?
4-0.
The only ones. Lee Tigers lost their 3-0. They lost to Harlow Harlequins, 248 points. So good scoring, top scorer of the week division.
I think they're not the second highest scoring team in the division. They've just come up against Hangman. So they were going to always be a high scoring game.
2-2 in the second highest scorers in the division. That's pretty decent. And another battering for our Gary.
Yes, well, I can't like it's
nearly double, and he was beat by a local as well, Leeds Leopards.
Well, you had Dan Jones, Clyde Edwards, who did bugger all.
Yeah, there's problems there. He's got Ayuk back, which is good, but Kittle's done nothing. Musgrove's out now.
He did nothing. Well,
he's left Patrick Mahomes on the bench for Daniel Jones. Gary, what are you doing, pal?
I know. I suppose it worked for 2 weeks before that, but I don't know what he's doing. Gary. Oh, I know. Gary was actually doing a half marathon away somewhere, so I wonder if he didn't actually get a chance to change his team.
Well, it's still not forgiven.
We'll give him the benefit of the doubt for that one, Gary. We'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I knew you got your medal for Cardiff, I think it was. So it's obviously a trip down to Cardiff to do that. So
well done doing the half marathon and all that, Gary. But Witherspoon on the bench, right? So let's go through this. 2 sacks, 1 interception, 7 total tackles, 6 solo tackles, 1 assist tackle, 3 quarterback hits, and 1 PD, whatever PD is.
Pass deflected.
Pass deflected, right? There you go.
And obviously it's not there. It's not got the introduction for a touchdown, 97 yards.
Bench. But good win for Leeds Leopards to go 2-2 now, and with Montgomery back, that's big. Jefferson's there, Nakua's in the team, Ferguson's looking pretty good. Kirk seems to have taken over again as the number 1 for Trevor Lawrence. Not that Trevor Lawrence is any good, but so good stuff for Leeds Leopards. What else have we got in here?
Well, got Moss losing 0-4, losing a pretty close-ish one to Sean. Only 30 points, but again, that's not a lot when you come to the scoring here.
Yeah,
he played Gary Brightwell. I'm not too sure, but they're against McCaffrey. There's 54 points difference. 192 points in losing is a bit harsh, and on 0-4 that is a bit harsh. But he ran into McCaffrey. What can you do? And a relatively low scoring week, he ran into McCaffrey. That's going to be the story of a lot of losses, even with Quay Walker 35 points down there, But he did leave Collins on the bench. So. And I think he waited as long as he could for Barkley. I think when Barkley was called out, he had to pick in Brightwell, who did.
Brightwell, who done absolutely nothing. So, better weeks ahead, I'm sure, for sure there, and
he'll be playing next week anyway. Like I in our redraft when I picked Tank Dell, and I probably knew I should have picked Collins, but obviously Tank Dell did nothing last week.
Yeah, no, he did. Well, I mean, it's going to be that they will flip weeks, though, but there'll be
a good win for Sean, though.
Dell as well. Good, great win. That Sean's coming into his game now, isn't he? 2-2 now. That's 2 wins now. To get 2-2, 222 points. Again, it's the McCaffrey effect. He's got Devontae Adams there as well, and he's got Mark Andrews showing up now. So
he's got Nair Knights right on his backside though, and they're both 2-2, and he's not that many points behind them for 4th place.
He has, and
it's 6 points between them. So that was a good win for. Is that Joe?
Good win for Joe, great win for Joe. And again, 233 points. Herbert.
He had Breeder.
The Herbert Sparrows.
I said that in the Pork and Pez. I said Breeder will have an okay game, even though it's against a bad run team. And 30 yards, but he had a few catches, and that helps him get 18 points.
Yeah, it's the catches that do it, It's but I mean, he wasn't great, was he? But he's got Pacheco there looking a lot better. Do you know this game is only the second time in Pacheco's career that he's had 20 touches?
I know they should. Well, he's better than bloody CEH, and he's better. They should be playing him more often.
But his 2 defenders done him well there, done Joe well there as well. So good start for Joe. Good comeback for Joe as well. That's him 2-2 now, and well in the hunt.
Although, yeah, ooh.
I mean, you've only got 3 teams in this division on a winning record.
That's
the
crazy,
Leicester
right?
Tigers, Dublin, Everton Blues, and Orkney Warriors are the only ones on a winning record.
So let's see who plays.
You've only got
week
3
5,
teams on a losing record in this division. There are 6 teams on 2-2 in here. This is closer than that. Well, I don't want to say where it's closer than on the internet.
That's all right.
It's tight. Let's put it that way.
So for week 5, Sean comes up against Benjamin, and Newcastle Colts against the Leicester Tigers. That's 2-2 against 3-1. Moss is coming up against the Harrow Harlequins. Got to feel a bit unlucky with that one. The Harrow Harlequins are doing well.
The Warriors are playing the Leeds Leopards. That's going to the 4-0 are playing Leeds Leopards, but Leeds Leopards have got a good side there. That could be a real tight one.
My tie of the week will be the Pressing Panthers against the Near Knights. I think that'll be a close one.
Well, my tie of the week's going to be Wilkes Gold Rush. Come on, Gary, got to get another win on the board. Manage your team this week.
Yeah,
against
put Mahomes back in. Although I think Danny Dimes will be okay this week if he can stay up his arse.
Yeah, I don't think so, Johnny. I mean, he's going to have a couple of weeks that he goes nuts, isn't he? Because he always does, but it does not look good.
They just need to score some points, like a touchdown in the first half, might settle the nerves a bit. It's 77 points to 9.
Going.
I know it's not pretty, but
it's not. But yeah, the Pressing Panthers and the Near Knights, the winner of that's marching forward, and the runner up, the loser of that game's kind of now looking at a losing record and heading into the middle part of the season.
Yeah,
big game. It's a big game this early on. A 2-2 teams. It's massive, and even the Leicester Tigers against Newcastle Colts and Sean. If Sean wins that game, they're both 3-2, but he's got the momentum on his side, marching going forwards.
Definitely.
It's a huge game as well, that.
Because obviously Leicester were 3-0 to lose 2 in a row. It could start getting a bit squeaky, but
that's it doesn't take much to start a streak either way, up or down,
especially in fantasy football.
That's that, and
when you start doubting yourself, you pick the wrong player because you think, oh, they've got a better matchup, and actually you're sticking with a hot hand, and then boom, you leave 60 points on the bench.
The East Conference is looking very tasty. There's not a whole lot of 4-0s, and the ones that are very good teams, but there's a lot chapping behind, and a third of the way through the season, it's all to play for.
Yeah. So we'll go on to the West Conference now. We'll go to Happy Valley. And this is where we have the highest scoring team of the week coming up against the Turberville Titans.
We have no 4. Sorry, the O's are all gone in here as well. I didn't think there was another league. Here we go. The O's are all gone. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams on.
Oh yeah, because Chris Budgebon and Cheesehead. We did say that was going to be a close game last week, and boy, was that close.
We've got
9 points.
2 teams in the O's. Oh, yeah. The Gothenburg Angels, So the Gothenburg Angels lost. I looked at this one on the way home today. The Gothenburg Angels lost their unbeaten record. But I can't, 198 points, very harsh to lose with 198 points. But the Bonnie Rig Cheeseheads are looking pretty tasty,
But he got caught out a game with that Cleveland for playing Dorian Thompson. I can't throw the ball.
Yeah.
Except in pre-season. And obviously the 49ers only kicked 5 extra points. There's not really much you can do about that. But
no,
his bench isn't really much. We had Marcus Brown on the bench.
Yeah, Brown on the bench. He had Matson on the bench as well, if that would have counted for anything. But he's got Crosby on the bench, So his defence has done fine. 12 and 16 is okay, But he's walked into Walker. And Okereke, So he's 35.5 and 22. That's where the game's won and lost.
So in other words, before last night's game, he was leading before Okereke came in.
Yeah, and it's
Walker. So yeah,
you've got. He's got Cooper. Cheeseheads had Samuel. So 50-50 their type thing. So it was a very even game. It was a very close game, and it was and it went all the way. So it was exciting one to follow.
It was.
And as you say, it went right to Monday night. Sorry.
I know. So yeah,
there was another
decent week going into last night.
The Yeovil winners were 3-0 and got beat, and they get beat by 271 points.
They got scalped.
The top two scoring teams in the whole in the Orkney Bowl are both in the West Division 1.
Yeah, it's pretty mental.
272 and 271. So yeah, big win for the Norwich Mustard men.
I wonder if I'll get another score correction that will take the highest scoring team off Craig and give it to Reynolds.
Well, to be honest,
not that make much of a difference, to be honest, because they're both
would you be bothered? But yeah, the Norwich Mustard men gave them the unbeaten Yeovil winners an absolute doing. Dylan's a problem there, you know. Hawkinson's a problem. T. Higgins went off. He played Campbell, who didn't play.
Higgins, yeah.
So and he's got no defenders on the bench, so he would have had to. And that's the thing, you see. Sometimes you're going to have to do that. Sometimes you're going to have people on a bye week, but you don't want to drop anyone, so you're just going to have to play. Go with it, you know, and play one shot.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And just accept that you're going to lose this week probably. But yeah, he's ran into 2-7. McCaffrey again. You know, McCaffrey's going to be a recurring theme here tonight, obviously. You know, but he's got Met there. He's got Moore there.
Pierce finally had a decent game. Elliott 18 points.
Great win for Norwich Mustard men, and with the squad that's there, you know, heading in the right direction for sure.
Definitely.
And of course, Reeve sitting there at 2-2. So he's done the same. You know, the two top scorers in the whole entire division were both 1 and 2. The whole entire league, both 1 and 2.
That's crazy, right?
And we've looked at Reeve's team, haven't we? So we don't need to go there again. But yeah, it was massive reach for the two of them, and the Bonnie-Rig Cheeseheads I really like to do well because, as I say, they've got good defenders there. They've got Allen at quarterback, a couple of good backs. You know, Samuel and Waddle definitely going to have better days. Do you see? I seen that Indianapolis wanted Waddle for Taylor, and Miami said no.
Well, no, because I've got good. I think on Peggy's show, I think you predicted Cheeseheads to win, and I predicted Gothenburg to win the league. So we're doing no bad start for that one.
Well, that's a good start there, then, isn't it? Because
I'll need to dig that one up soon, but I'm pretty sure I did fancy Gothenburg with their team.
I mean,
I think you three. You went for Chris, I think, and I went for. I'll look that one up. So who's playing next week then for week 5? So we've got the Raptors against the Lightning. So that should be a no bad game.
The Dragons against the Winners, 2-3-1s.
Oh, that'd be a good one.
Cork Red Army trying to go off the mark against the Norwich Mustard men, who are scoring high scoring week there. So
and Lemony Fresh coming up against the Cheeseheads as well. That'll be a bit of an unlucky one as well.
Yeah, so I mean the 2 0-4s, could they go 0-5? Can you come back from 0-5? Oh. I mean, if you're coming back, see, do you know what the thing is? See, if you're coming back from 0-4, you don't need to win every game. So I guess you can come back from 0-5. You know, you can still lose. 7 wins should be able to get into some playoffs. So
that's it.
It's all about getting further up and getting into a higher division as well, isn't it? It's those 3 targets. So the first target is get into 9th. You know,
well, that's the thing. Nobody's unbeaten, so you're not going to be 5 games back. You're going to be 4 games back.
That's it. Yeah,
it's the top 3. So at the moment you're 3 games back. So if you lose, you'll be 4 games back. So you're still going to play the teams down here for a chance to catch up. So
it's 2 top games this week, but you know they've got every. It's fantasy football. You get every chance. Mm-hmm. What's Cork Red Army got? They've got Ford and Johnston to get rid of, and Musgrave if he doesn't make it, he's going to have to go. But they've got they've got Pitts, they've got Knox, they've got Parker on the bench. It's a tad unfortunate that they're running into Norwich Mustard men when they've not really got anyone in by, or they've got a quarterback Smith.
Yeah, but they've got.
But that's it, and they've got Burrow in. Although, I'd be playing Smith over Burrow at the moment. But what a headache he's giving himself as Norwich Mustard man.
Yeah,
not this week, but next week. And the team Lemony Fresh, they've got Jackson's there. Hall got to have a good. Hall's up against the Denver defense. Come on, he's got to go okay this week. Jacobs is bouncing back, and he's up against the Green Bay defense. It's the worst run defense in the history of American football.
Jackson's playing against Pittsburgh, who's got no quarterback, or they've got whatever his name is. Rice, that could be a shootout if Minnesota for Addison. Surely he's got to get a catch this week.
You would think so, wouldn't you?
And
the rookies are going to have weeks like that, though. You know, rookies have weeks like that all the time. He's a rookie, but it doesn't. That's not what he's going to be all about, you know. But yeah, Lemony Fresh is needing Eckler to come back off the bye week fit as a fiddle, isn't he? Really, to get himself going.
But it could be in a bit like this week. Obviously, it's probably a good job that. Well, not a good job, but he's going to be missing some because obviously he's got Rice and Tony playing.
Yeah, that's
Chigba's on a bye. Fry was definitely. I think he's out for a couple of weeks.
That's a problem.
His replacements are just not there. Well, you got Meyer and Moore. I wouldn't really call them adequate replacements, to be honest.
Well, no, probably not. But so it's not looking good this week, that's for sure. But it's Eckler. If Eckler comes back,
will be back week 6.
He's got the good backs there, and it's just a tad unfortunate he's had Eckler out, and he's lost Dobbins, of course, as well. So there's a bench spot that he can get rid of and get someone in, you know.
Yeah, because he's not coming back, is he?
No, he's gone.
I don't think should really cut the loss. I know some players in IR they can come back, but you know, Chubb, done.
No, yeah, Chubb's done. Chubb's done for the season. Dobbins probably done for his career.
Well, Chubb's getting a second surgery in 2024, so who knows what it's going to be like next year, to be honest.
Yeah, well,
I think they've already penciled in a second surgery next year.
I do think he'll be back, though, is the thing. You know, Chubb will come back.
I hope so. Yeah, I love watching him play. He's brilliant. So
Dobbins can be dropped to the bench to the agency, that's for sure.
Yes. So there we go. So we'll go on to Maze Howe, the trade capital of the Orkney Bowl. Because there has been another trade, Craig.
Has there been another trade, has there?
By the Portland Lumberjacks again.
Yeah, Downs for Stafford. I've seen that one.
Where is it?
I mean, he must have had a few quarterbacks. I mean, I don't mind that. I mean, I know Downs is nothing, but I don't mind that because the quarterbacks, you know, Stafford's going to be on some agencies, you know. But here's the thing. I came in to see what happened to last week's trade. And the Belfast bench warmers who picked up the haul started 3 of them with Kamara, Ridley, and Hopkins.
And one
with 176 points, 160 beat Sandbach Sunsets. So 3 of them came in straight away.
Yes.
The only one who didn't was Njoku, who scored the best of the lot.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. But then Portland Lumberjacks still won.
Very well. So. But he won the game, you know. So he's picked up those 4 players. He's won the game, and the one that he didn't play is sitting with 18 points on his bench. So a very good trade for the Belfast bench warmers, and it's got them to 2-2. But here's the thing: go and look at Portland Lumberjacks. Kelsey might not have knocked it out the park, 22.20 points,
but won the game.
He hammered George Kittle, who he was playing against, by 17 points, and he won the game by 12 points. So it won him the game as well.
Yeah.
So and he does the trade that they made won them their game.
Yeah.
You know, now I'm not saying he wouldn't have won it with those players playing as well. You know, he probably would have, but the trade helped him win the game, so you can't knock it.
And here's one that might be you're hoping for Ert's hoping for a stat correction, 223.95 to 224.55.
Yeah, that's very harsh for Rhino Cardinals. I mean, 223 points and not winning this week is tantamount to criminal, and it puts them 2-2. You know, big difference between 3-1 and 2-2.
I've just realised why is this? Oh, he's traded away Downs for Stafford, and his quarterbacks. He's already got Stroud and Fields.
So there you go. That's right.
No, but he's now got 3 quarterbacks.
Oh, he's traded in Stafford and he's got Stroud and Fields.
I'm pretty sure, is it not? McGonagall got Downs. He sent Stafford to the Rhino Cardinals. who already have Justin Fields and CJ Stroud, who's been absolutely brilliant so far.
So he does, yeah. So, yeah, sorry.
It's a bit of a
strange one.
Yes.
I don't know what you want Stafford over there for, but you know.
So who's Portland got as a backup quarterback, or is he just sticking with Josh Allen? I think he's just sticking with Josh Allen, is he?
He's 2-2-2.
Yeah. So he's got rid of Josh Allen. He's got rid of Stafford, kept Josh Allen. So who's the quarterbacks that are on the?
He's brought in down. So I mean, does it matter?
I know.
And you know, in terms of he's got rid of Stafford. Yeah, great. He's only going to play him in the bye week. You know, but and he'll pick someone up from agency for that. So good move. But I mean, what's Downs going? I mean, Downs going to be a thing?
Well, I think Downs has been a bit up and down. I think, funny enough, that, but
it's a definite trade win for Portland Lumberjacks, especially given the quarterbacks at Ork Scott over there. He's just kind of giving them away.
There you go. He said a 7.25, a 10.2, a 16.7 against Baltimore, and a 6.4 last week.
Well, you know, you never know.
Yeah, but the 16.7 was when Richardson wasn't playing, wasn't it?
Richardson's only going to get better as well, you know, as the season goes on. So yeah, you never know. Not a bad move at all from McGonagall, and he's given nothing away for it, you know. So
yeah, but the 16.7 was when Gardner Minshew was playing. So yeah, you don't know what Richardson's going to do to him. But anyway, obviously you've got the Crew Juggernaut still juggernaut on their way through.
Yep, juggernaut on their way through at 4-0. I mean, that's the only 4-0 in here. And we only have 1 0-4, but special mention to Pork, right? 205 points and he lost. He's on 0-4. He finally cracks it 205 points, and he gets beat.
You got the Birmingham Giants too, but they've conceded 872 points, so they've been pretty unlucky too.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's 230 points. Yeah, but yeah, poor Pork. You know, I mean, he had Joe Burrow. He started Joe Burrow, which is obviously not the best.
Well, it's not conducive at the moment. He could have started Prescott and won.
I know, but he's got his boy Puka. He does love Puka.
I'll tell you, Achan's massive as well. You know, St. Brown there. Waddle will have better weeks. He's got Puka. You know, he's got Ferguson at tight end, who's looking like he could do okay this year. Completely, you know,
he'll have better days.
It's not terrible, you know. The wins will come there. The wins will come for that team. Just unfortunate that they ran into a good one again.
Even as defenders, you know, I mean, they'll have better days than that. 3 tackles for Leonard.
Yeah.
5 tackles for Kafunga. They'll have far better days. But yeah, it's a nice win for Dylan, getting to 3-1. So it gets him up to 3rd in the division.
It is. And
the Portland Lumberjacks.
Bognor Regis Falcons at 3-1 as well. The Portland Lumberjacks, who gave away what we looked like the house to get Kelsey. We will see. Will it work? Will it not? Time will tell. But certainly it's worked so far.
Well, there's been 3 trades in that division, and they've all been the Portland Lumberjacks.
Yeah. So there you go. It's
there you go. Let's see what's his trades.
They're the Sean Douglas of Orkney Bowl.
I can't see it because it's not my team. Yeah, it's definitely Sean Douglas, yes. But what has worked so far is 3-1. Like I say, Port will have better days. So who's playing week 5?
So they're playing another 3-1 team. The Whitworth Educators are Portland Lumberjacks, so that will be a real good game.
Top of the table clash, Crew Juggernauts against Bognor Regis, 1 against 2.
So we've both all 4 3-1 teams are the top 4 teams are playing each other. Whitworth Educators are playing Portland Lumberjacks, so the top 4 teams are all playing each other this week. So that's a chance for others as well. You win this week, and you know at least 2 of the teams above you are going to lose. You know,
it's going to be a good one. I wonder when Portland are playing Crew. That could be a good one.
Yeah, it's
that's week 6.
Certainly, we've got 3. And the 2 0-4 strike off the mark. We've got Birmingham Giants playing against the Gloucester Wolfpack, who are 2-2, and then we've got Pork. He's up against the Burnham Trash Pandas, who are 2-2 as well. So you know, both teams have lost games. Both teams have got a chance to get off the mark.
Definitely, there'll be close games as well, like with bye weeks and stuff like that. So
yeah, absolutely,
it's a good chance for Pork to get in and Boy to get in as well. That'd be good to get a win on the board and help yourself up there.
100%. That's what you're after.
Let's see if there's any more trades before the weekend.
Yeah, well, this is a division for it, isn't it? So
yeah, cool.
Right,
so
let's get to the fun one.
The Marwick Head.
Let's get to the fun one. Royal Arsenal Riots. The Royal Arsenal Riots. 208.
Are you still there, Aaron? Here you go. 208 points. Sneaking win against Pure Sean.
3-1 against our Flamboats. 188 points. Special shout out, shout out to Sean. 188 points. That's
look at that. Had he beaten the teams? Had he beaten the teams above him? He would have beaten the teams below him.
But here we go. Points. It's the McCaffrey effect again, isn't it? McCaffrey could carry Aaron right through this thing. He's got a T. Higgins problem. Do you know what problem he's got? He's got a Darren Waller problem because he ain't what he's supposed to be.
No.
He's got an Aaron Jones problem.
Oh, he'll be back. He'll be better. He'll get better.
Jones, I'm not convinced. He's got a problem whereby he's got Love on the bench and he's got Fields and Stroud on the he's got Love playing and Fields and Stroud on the bench. That's just a headache you don't want.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's got 2 tight ends on the bench. So, I'm not loving what he's got on the bench. He's got no defenders there. But he's 3-1 and he's got some real big players there that are scoring a lot of points. So
McCaffrey alone. There you go.
Every chance. And poor Sean, well, he's just Alavi's going to have better weeks. Pittman's going to have better weeks. But yeah, 0-4 is a bit harsh for 188 points there, And
his
he has
bench is a bit ropey,
137, but still, that's a lot more. He scored Mark, the Peterhead bloody Jets, and he's Aaron Rodgers' first round pick is only got 589 points, but he's got a win, and that's all that matters.
And you got to feel sorry for Adam again coming up 200 up against 235 points.
Yeah, again, 104 points.
They're nearly 1,000 points.
184 points wins a lot of games, but up against 235 again. The
That's 995 points. That's just mental.
He got to do it again. And Nico Collins, Williams. Do you know what you see a lot of the ones that are always got quite? I was going to say they pick the right players. It's the right starting players. The points aren't on the bench. But he left Quay Walker on the bench, so he could have had more good Whitechurch Warriors.
Yeah, well, he got 1 point of Q. He usually gets more than 1 point.
Yeah, it's a bit. Just about picked his bet. He could have played Ertz, I guess, instead. No, Kelville, he could have played Ertz instead of Lockett, I guess, for a couple extra points. But in the main, he's picked up his top players. He's played his best. Just a shame it wasn't Dell's week, but Dell will have his weeks. Dell will have weeks and Collins won't. And that's his biggest problem. He's got Dell against Collins here, and it was Collins' turn this week.
And of course, this is where 2 of the 3-0 teams finally succumbed as well. The Melbourne Supremacy losing to the Kilmarnock Kings, and our boy Graham losing to the Helens Eagles from Canada.
With just 133 points, Graham. What's that all about after your start in here? So, 2 is
Miami. Addison, nothing.
Addison, absolutely nothing. Goddard's just not doing anything, period.
Nothing.
But he's still got Eckler on the bench to come back after his bye week. He's got Brown there on the bench. He's got Brooks on the bench, 27.5 points. So yeah, so he's right. His guys haven't really turned up. Stevenson's not turned up. Pollard only 12.5, and he's so he's not even walked into a big massive score. He's been beaten by Andrews, and he's been beaten by.
He's walked into the third lowest score of the week.
Yeah, and it's St. Helens Eagles are going.
They're laughing almost as much as we are. That's a problem.
They don't care that they only scored 149 points. They only care that they won, but they will care that Jamal Williams is hurt. So that's a problem. But he's got Taylor sitting there on the bench. He's he's got to play this year. He's not just going to sit out. And of course, Graham's got Cup still sitting on IR. So yeah, better weeks ahead for Graham, I'm sure, and better weeks ahead for St Helens Eagles as well with the squad that they've got there.
Definitely.
And there's another one chasing a points differential. Chester Hurricanes against Nottingham Rebels, 214 to 212.
Definitely. Well, Chester they'll be wanting to stay the same there, but I'm pretty sure Nottingham's had a couple that's course corrected already. But
certainly they'll be looking, and they've left Montgomery on the bench. Has the Nottingham Rebels? Oops.
See,
Bonnie. No. Debo not doing a whole lot for him. There was that, and so that's been the problem there, Whereas it looks like Chester Hurricanes have started pretty much as good as they could. I mean, you've got to roll those Kelly dice again. If you've got Kelly in your team and you don't play him this week, why have you got him in your team? Because you're not playing him when Eckler comes back.
No, he'll be on the bench for now. I think he does better when Eckler. Yeah, that's a scary thing.
That is the thing. That is the thing. He's better with a change of pace back because the defence is ready for Eckler. But yeah, so Kelly's, you had to roll those dice. It didn't work.
And of course, Team Melbourne supremacy, losing their unbeaten record to the highest scoring team of the week. For the division, the Kilmarnock Kings.
They did indeed. So
nobody up to Kilmarnock will win. Oops, sorry.
That's despite sticking in. That's despite bringing Achan back at sticking Achan in the start lineup. He ran into Jacobs on a real good day. Jackson on a real good day. Brown on a real good day. It was Brown's turn, not Smith's.
It's 2 weeks in a row, I think, for Brown, but yeah.
Hill not doing very well. Do you know Calvin Ridley caught the first touchdown, the first pass touchdown, and then only get one more target the rest of the game.
Don't. In our family dynasty, I lost by less than 2/3 of less than a point when I had Noah Fant playing.
Oh, he went well.
I know. He had 2 catches for 63 yards that got caught on the 1 yard line for a touchdown. But then when Gino came back and he was too busy throwing the Lockett thing, we didn't even give him a chance. So just like bug us yourself and what's that piss on that. But yeah, look, Kamara, I still can't believe you get all those points for Kamara when it's 13 or 14 for 33 bloody yards.
Yeah, less than 85 yards, 84 yards total. 30
Bobby
points.
Wagner, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that's Dicker the kicker. Let's not forget Dicker the kicker.
Your favourite Dicker or kicker?
He's always my favourite Dicker. He's got Perrine on the bench as well to come in this week, So yeah, 2-2 for Kilmarnock Kings and big scoring and players starting to come into some form.
They've got half the league are on 6-1, 3-1.
Yes, 6-3-1s. That's crazy, isn't it?
2-2-2s.
There's 2-4s, 2-1-3s. So there's a wee bit of a gap opening up here, kind of between the top half and the bottom half. But you've got Kilmarnock Kings coming. They're scoring well now. They're coming.
Yeah, but this is where you go. You've got St Helens have only scored 611 points.
Yeah.
You've got Bangham Sharks 737, Plymouth 787, Rebels 787.
Nottingham Rebels have scored 787 points, and Plymouth 49ers scored 787 points. And
they're down here and not up here. Like you've got the top 5 teams that scored them.
43. But I mean, so I mean, they are scoring. These teams are all scoring. So in this one, we only been 3-1. You're only 3 behind. Ads is only 3 behind.
Mm-hmm. Well, Flambots might get their chance to get over St Helens this week because they are a higher scoring team. So we might get that one out of the way. The body it's Graham against Aaron.
It's Bonnie Ring Cowboys against the Royal Arsenal Riots.
Yes.
2-3-1 teams as well. So it's you could call the Whitechurch Warriors and Melbourne Supremacy. It's 1 and 2, 3 and 4 all playing each other again in this division. The top 4 play each other.
And Aaron's up against.
And by the way, all 3-3-1s are playing each other this week.
And you got to feel sorry for Adam again. This week he's playing last week's highest scorers. I'm pretty sure he's had that a couple of weeks in a row now.
Well, but it's a chance, but it's still a chance. You've got to look at it as a chance because the 3-1s are all playing each other. So there's going to be the thing is there's going to be 3 4-1 teams in this division, and that's massive. That's massive. After 5 games, that's bad. The 4-1s have got a massive advantage. So I would say that these 3 games are all the 3 winners of these 3 games will be favourites to be in Division 1 next year.
So do I have to ask who your tie of the week is for this division?
Well, it's the Bonnie Cowboys against the Royal Arsenal Riots, obviously, because I want to see what goes on and I want to see who gets the rights there, To
be closely followed by the Melbourne Supremacy and the Whitchurch Warriors, I'm guessing, because
very much so.
They are, well, look at that, 995.19, so it's going to be over 1,000 points.
Do you know what we've not seen yet? We've not had 2 0-4 teams playing each other, so I would like to see that in the last division, but I'm pretty sure we don't. Well, there's not that many 0-4 teams, to be fair. I don't think there is.
I don't think Sean will be 0-4 after this week. I think he will beat St Helens.
Yeah, I think he'll get the win this week as well.
So that'll leave 1. I think there's maybe 2 other divisions so far that are 2 0-4s, but they're all pretty close.
Each other for sure.
Well, obviously Martin in one division, he won this week. He was 0-3, so he'll be happy.
Plymouth 49ers will get off the mark sooner rather than later, and so will Sean. Sean started. They'll all go off. They will go off the mark sooner rather than later.
They're high scoring teams, so they've got to go off the mark eventually.
They could go 0-5, but they've got a good chance this week because the 3-1 teams are all playing each other. The top half of the division all playing against each other, so great chance for the guys down there to.
Well, that's the thing. Adams scored 787 points. He's coming up against last week's highest scorer, and he's still outscored him.
Yeah, so there you go.
But he's come up against 904 points, whereas Sean's come up against 947. That's just the way it can. It's unlucky.
It's the way it falls, unfortunately. Sometimes it goes that way.
But this is going to be if they both get wins, they're still in with a shout to get up there because their teams are obviously good.
Of course they are.
Oh, lowest score, I love. Oh, look at that, pure
Graham.
Shall we highlight this one for Graham?
He's not caring about that one little bit. He's 3-1.
But if he goes 3-2, he gets a bit worrying. Because you'll never hear the end of it from Aaron.
Well, that's one thing about it.
So we'll go on to the final division, the Dwarfy Stain.
So we had the Lanarkshire Bombers, top scorer in here, 269. Dobos Darlow Diamonds, 214 points and lost, which is...
no 0-4 team.
But we have 2 4-0 teams over here, 2 4-0 teams. We have the South Carolina Broncos, and we have the Kirkwall Raiders, Johnny.
Hey, go on, Alan.
The Kirkwall Raiders, who won 237 against the 214 Dobos Darlow Diamonds. So that could have easily been a lot, But yeah,
and that was with Kirk Cousins
going very well. Kirk Cousins at quarterback's going to have much better weeks than that. Jacobs is showing up. Williams, Jefferson, St. Brown, Samuel, Laporta looks real good at Montgomery.
Montgomery. Prater will probably score more than 4 points. Edwards more than that.
The one thing I will say about Alan as well, he has picked the best starting team on his bar none. There's no one that he's left off that he should have started.
No, he's picked the perfect team.
So
each week, I'm pretty sure.
And he's ran into a real good score, but he's managed to beat that score by making sure he picked the right guys. The problem the problem Dobos Darlow Diamonds has is he left Barkley in one of the flex spots. So Neil Poit, I'm afraid.
Yes, it's no great.
So good one for Alan, 4-0, going along very well. And he's going along at 4-0 with the South Carolina Broncos, who beat our Grotty.
A close game, though, 7 points.
A very close game, 178-163. I mean, it's not a high-scoring game, but it's a close game.
T. Higgins. Grotty had T. Higgins.
Grotty had Higgins, so that kind of screwed him a little bit. And, I mean, there was not a whole lot wrong by either of them. Breida on the bench for South Carolina Broncos could have, kind of he went with Hill instead. Could have put a bit more icing on the cake, but other than that, yeah, I mean, close game. Well, Bobby Wagner's on his bench as well, actually. So yeah, could have played Bobby Wagner, I guess. I'm sure Bobby Wagner will be coming in for Parsons next week, but
no, this week he's on a bye, but he'll be on next week after that, no doubt. So yeah.
Enough. But Tyreek Hill will have better weeks. Pittman will have much better weeks than that, and he's 4-0. So yeah, things are looking good for the South Carolina Panthers.
And another show me the money derby. You've got Ross against Michael.
This is the only league that doesn't have an O team. Everyone's won a game in this league.
That's what I said. But you were reading the top, I was reading the bottom.
But yeah, so good win for Ross against Michael. 193 points.
That's against Josh Allen as well. That's a good win against somebody quarterback getting nearly 50 points.
That is, yeah. I mean, he had Fryermuth, did Michael, so that kind of he went off. But I mean,
Fryermuth against Andrews, yeah.
What he's picked the right team, Michael. It's just not quite worked for him this week, It's what do you do with Geno Smith on the bench? I mean, what's the point? But he's picked the right team. Lazard maybe could have stuck in, but who was going to play him? And
he's going to need a tight end.
Ross has picked the right team as well. But why is Ross kicking about with Goff and Howell on the bench? Stop it!
I know.
Perrine's sitting on his bench, so he'll probably get a start next week. He's got two defenders that are out, and Joe and Bolton, so he'll be hoping they come back.
So then, the big question is, does Michael go Hunter Henry, or does he look for a tight end? Because obviously Fryermuth's out for a couple of weeks.
Well, I'd be saying Hunter Henry's fit just fine at the moment, is he not? He's been doing okay. I mean, he's got Gesicki down there as well.
I'd probably go Logan Thomas, actually. How I like thrown towards Logan Thomas. He's on the waivers.
But yeah, I mean, Ross is that's Ross off the mark now. So that was him getting off the mark. So good on him.
And obviously, was it just the South London Rebels that lost their unbeaten record when they lost to the Wakefield 49ers, who apparently had the best manager, did 98% of the roster correct for that game.
98% of the roster, right? Yeah. So the South London Rebels lost the
Matt Jones.
The Wakefield 49, excuse me, he started Mac Jones. Surely to goodness there's a quarterback out. Oh, because it was Watson. So he was forced into Mac Jones. Fair enough.
1 point. Oof, that's pretty. But Henry came into it good, that was thing. And your Pierce did well.
But I mean, yeah, it was a tight wee game, just 5 points in it. But Henry and Ayuk and Ferguson really got him over the line there, The defenders were much of a muchness between the two of them, so, and he lost the kicker battle massively. So, yeah, he needed Ferguson, Ayuk, and Henry getting them over the line there.
It's unlucky for Tony, Ken. It's a close one. Because look at, obviously, South Carolina, they were they're unbeaten, and they got less than what Tony did, and he lost.
But it did get Wakefield 49ers off the mark as well. That was their first win. So that was unbeaten against no wins, and the no wins won. So that just goes to happen. That goes to show you just what fantasy football's all about, And Fullwood Patriots they were sitting 2-1, and they went 2-2 despite scoring 198 points. So that's unfortunate as well.
Coming up against the Lancaster Bombers, yeah.
Yeah. And the Lancaster Bombers have been scoring real well. They've got 910 points, so they've been scoring really well. But how are Allen scoring 938 points?
I know.
Right up there.
The boys doing good.
So who's he got this week then? So Kirkwall Raiders are playing the Lancashire Bombers, so that is going to be game of the week. The 910-point Lancashire Bombers are up against the 939-point Kirkwall Raiders. Game in a week.
Closely followed by the South London Rebels against South Carolina Broncos. That'll be a good one too.
Yep. The 3-1 and the 4-0. So that's again the top four playing each other.
And can the Wakefield 49ers carry on and go for 2 wins in a row against Grote?
So only 4 teams in this division have got a winning record, and they're playing against each other. So again, a chance for those behind. But yeah, Wakefield 49ers up against Grote's Gorgie Vikings, so that'll be a big one, And no one's on an O here either. No one's on an O. So I mean,
everybody's got a chance.
Everyone's within 3. and there's the 2 4-0s and then the 2 3-1s playing each other. So everyone behind there are cheering on the Lanarkshire Bombers and the South London Rebels and saying, "Go and get those 4-0s, get them on 4-1, and you go 4-1, but we're coming."
And yeah, they end up in 2s, and then that's it. You're only 2 games behind. Yeah,
that's a couple of them maybe end up in 3s if Fulton Patriots and the Gorgie Vikings can end up on 3s, and then they're only 1 behind them, and it's game on.
Oh. What's Grote's team like? Oh, he's got Herbert on a bye.
Oh, that's a problem.
Higgins will be out. I don't know what he says. White's on a bye.
Yeah. He's got Stroud to come in though.
Garrett's on a bye.
Yeah, so he's got a few replacements to find.
He's got Stroud, Warren.
He can put Gardner in. Gardner has his weeks.
He's playing against Denver.
Warren in, he can put Altier in.
But yeah, so obviously the ties of the week will be the Lancashire Bombers against the Kirkwall Raiders and the South London Rebels against South Carolina. The Battle of the South, even though they're in different countries.
The Battle of the South, yeah. So
and the Raiders against the Bombers.
And the Raiders against the Bombers.
So yeah, there'll be some good games, but that's week 5 under wraps. We'll see how high the scoring is this week with teams on a bye, but obviously Miami are playing the Giants.
Well, I mean, the bye week's kicking in. That really does put the cat amongst the pigeons. It's you really need to start managing your team now. You need to start watching what's going on. You need to start noticing who are getting the chances when guys are going down injured. Because there will be people in the agency, players in agency right now, who are going to do really, really well, and divisions are won and lost with agency work.
I did get a message earlier on about players being on IR.
Yes.
Like somebody had Richardson on their IR this week, but I did explain to them that I can't take them out. It's on IR, but he cannot change his team.
Yes, that's right.
His active players, so he can't pick anybody up. He can't put a sub in.
He can't even change his starting lineup.
No, until he gets, because obviously one team in Division 3, I think, Marwick, I think, had Richardson on IR.
The next thing he has to do is move Richardson from IR. He can't change his team until he does. So,
yeah,
I mean, it's a tactic, Johnny. It's not. You could use it tactically. You've already got that quarterback in, and you think he's got a better game than Richardson this week. You're happy that your lineup's set anyway. So I'm going to leave Richardson there on IR.
Yeah, that's it. I thought I'd bring it up because I got sent a message earlier on about it. So
you don't want to drop anyone.
Not for that week, no. Like I say, Richardson will be, especially the bye weeks. He's probably going to have to take him out this week because he's probably got somebody on a bye.
Oh, he'll definitely. I mean, he'll go
one way or another.
IR this week for 100% because he can't change his team without doing so.
Well, then he could have been away this weekend and picked his team before Richardson came out of IR. It's just these things happen. So.
And listen, it's
look at Gary's team.
If you don't want to drop anyone from your bench and you're going to drop the quarterback that you're playing, but you want to play him over Richardson this week, then that's the move to make.
Mm-hmm. You just can't change.
As long as you set it, as long as you set that team up before Richardson comes off IR, because the next thing you need to do is put him in.
As long as you set your team by, I think it's Wednesday, that's when they start taking everybody out the IR.
Yeah, out the IRs. Yeah, that's it.
So you get your free agency and get your team set and then leave it.
And you're done.
That's the loophole you can get away with.
It's and listen, Bill Belichick knows how to get around loopholes, so why shouldn't we?
Precisely. Yes. At least we've not got other teams' playbooks.
Yes, well.
Anyway, but that's us under wraps for week 4.
4?
I know, it's crazy. 4 weeks already.
4 weeks in. So season starts now, really.
And we've actually got 2 people watching. I don't know who the second one is. Obviously, Aaron's still here. Probably still loving the fact he's doing so well. You'll probably get a text message in a minute for the honourable mention of Aaron again. So, yeah.
Good luck everyone this week, apart from Doug.
Must have insulted somebody because whoever it was have left.
Well, there you go then.
So, thank you everybody for watching. If anybody does actually watch these things, it would be for a nice like and a follow, but we're enjoying making them, so that's all that matters.
That's it. And we'll be back next week to look over week 5.
And we'll be back on Thursday for our own England League if anybody wants to watch it.
Is that the one where I'm the only undefeated team in the league?
And I've actually won the same amount of games as I won last year. See, there you go.
Yeah, but
well, I was playing the regular season champion every year. Well, they hear a mayor this week, like, but yes, you're 3 games up in your division.
Yes, I know.
But we'll discuss that on Thursday and see how you can bottle it.
We shall.
But thank you for coming on, Craig, and we'll see you on Thursday, and we'll see everybody else next week. Good luck to everybody, apart from when they're playing me and Craig, and we hope you lose those games. And we hope Doug loses. Definitely, Doug. Graham's got a good chance of losing anyway, but you're in a 50-50 because you want Graham to lose. Maybe they could get a tie. That'd be all right.
Wouldn't that be fun?
The first tie in Orkney Bowl history. That'd be a good one.
With the scoring that goes on, there'll never be a tie.
Well, I never thought they'd beat 325 points, and that happened 1 week later. So,
and I'll tell you what, if a tie comes, there'll be a scoring correction that will flip it off.
Yeah, so it'll be a tie on the podcast, but 2 days later it'll come off.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you everybody for watching. We'll catch you later. Bye.
Pleasure. Good night.